What's up, guys? Welcome back to ManCave Collectible Reviews, coming at you today with another figure review. Today we're going to take a look at the new Spider-Man retro-carded SYMBIOTE Spider-Man. One of my favorite figures already for 2022. I was able to find this guy at one of my local Targets. If you missed that toy hunt, it is on the channel. You can go back a couple videos and be able to see what all we found. If you're not familiar with the channel, we do a lot of toy hunting videos as well as figure reviews. So certainly hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button on this video, and as always, drop those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys in regards to my videos, what we're reviewing or what we're finding out on the toy hunt. Let's jump right into this figure review. So you can get your figures over at Big Bad Toy Store. Head over to Big Bad Toy Store for all your toy needs, whether it's Hasbro, Mafex, Hot Toys, and all the other major brands. They've got it along with $4 flat rate shipping. Click the link in the description to see what BBTS can do to fill that need you have in your collection. There's a link down in the description of this video. Click that link. Go check out what they have. It also helps the channel out by doing so. So in taking a look at this figure, we got this amazing card back. So this is a very tough card back to pull figures off of. I'm an out-of-box collector, but these retro card backs that the Marvel Legends series is doing is making it very hard to pull these off card. However, we're going to do that today. But just an amazing 90s vibe that we're getting from these card backs. Very reminiscent of the original 90s Toy Biz figures that come out on very similar style card backs. Got a little promotional artwork piece over here of our SYMBIOTE Spider-Man. SYMBIOTE Spider-Man there. Got that nice retro lettering up there for the Spider-Man logo, as well as the old style Marvel Comics logo, which I love. Definitely takes me back to my childhood. A little bit of Hasbro branding down here in the bottom corner. As far as the figure, his bubble, you can see everything that he comes with. He actually has 3 pair of hands, the 2 that are on him, as well as an open hand and some thwipping hands there. As we spin around to the back, we get to see the other figures that were part of this wave. So we've got our Spider Armor, MK1, Hammerhead, Hobgoblin, Ben Reilly Spider-Man, as well as Marvel Shocker. So I've been able to pick up all of these with the exception of the Ben Reilly and Spider Armor. Didn't really need these. I think I'm going to have my Mafex Ben Reilly stand in for this guy, and just didn't have any real draw to the Spider Armor figure. It's a good looking figure, just wasn't anything I really wanted for my collection. And just a quick bio here on Spider-Man in his black suit and kind of how that came to be. Let's go ahead and crack this guy out of his packaging and see what we got. All right, guys, we got our black suit SYMBIOTE Spider-Man out of his packaging. As always, let's take a quick look at the accessories, which we've pretty much already seen. But we have 2 pair of open hands here. So these are, what you would typically use for like your crouching poses, or kind of, if you got him crawling up a wall, scaling a wall. So these are really nice. You notice here on the white, there is no black hole there. So this tells me that this may not be the actual SYMBIOTE suit. The SYMBIOTE suit, I believe, would produce its own webbing from there. So this kind of makes me wonder if this is just the black suit, not necessarily the SYMBIOTE version. But you can drop your comments down below on that. And then we have our thwipping hands here. Look really good. All right, jumping into the figure. So one thing I will tell you guys about this figure, they had about 5 of these there on the shelf that they had brought out when I picked this guy up. And they all had all types of cosmetic paint issues. I had to really comb over them for a few minutes in order to pick the one that really had the best paint. And where most of the paint issues kind of lied was in the eyes and right here in this chest area. There was just so many little issues in there. One thing you can see here is the whites between the abdominal area and the chest are a different color. This is more of a, I'm not going to say off-white, but it's certainly not as vibrant as the white here on the chest. And I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera, but it's definitely 2 different color whites. As far as the back, for whatever reason, it's not quite as noticeable between the 2. I don't know what I don't know what caused that. It's definitely a little bit of difference. Now, if it's, just standing up on your shelf, if you got him posed up there real nice, it's not something you're going to notice. That's just something that kind of stands out a little more here while we're under the lights of the review table. Now, just kind of taking a closer look at this guy, we can see here there's not a whole lot to really look at as far as detail. The biggest thing you want to look at when you're picking out your black suit Spider-Man is going to be the crispness of the lines on this guy. So, you can see I found one that was pretty crisp. All these lines, all the painted white lines are pretty crisp through and through, all the way back around to the back. Obviously, you can't see the back when he's on card. So there are some little bit of cosmetic deficiencies there. You can see that there on the back of this guy. But Definitely take your time when picking him out. One of the bigger things that I noticed when I was looking at the ones in the store were in the eyeball area. Definitely, take note of that as you're picking out your figure. Other than that, we've already seen this body mold here. I think it's a really nice Spider-Man body mold. It's going to give you all types of range of motion, getting those legs up and into dynamic poses. So for guys that are action figure photographers, I mean, it's just going to be a really, really cool figure for you to do that. You've got those drop down hips there where you can drop that down and get even more range of motion out of that. So definitely a cool figure from Hasbro Marvel Legends. And just for a little bit of a size comparison for you, can see here you've got his body mold mate here. This is the original retro carded Spider-Man figure that came on the retro card in Wave 1, I believe it was. You can see they share the same body, just a different paint app. But again, I think that's the perfect body, and I think we're going to probably see a lot of different Spider-Man characters using that same body mold. Then we have the original Rhino Build-A-Figure here, which we actually just recently got announced that we're going to get a new version of him as well. So that's kind of cool. I think it's a little different here as far as the shoulder pads are not going to be there, some different head sculpts. So if you haven't ordered that, that's also up for pre-order. And again, click that link down in the description there, Big Bad Toy Store, if you want to go and pre-order yourself a Rhino, as he's pretty expensive on the secondary market right now. So we'll just kind of run through the articulation of this guy real fast. Again, we've seen this already multiple times with Spider-Man characters. Head up to about right there, head down to about right there. Obviously, the full 360 is no problem. Those shoulders, we can get up to about right there, and that's it as far as the movement fall up. However, we do have the butterfly joint in there, going to give you all types of range of motion. We can get the full 360 there, no problem. Right here, we do have a bicep swivel. The elbows are double jointed. You can see that. We can get to about right there. That's about as comfortable as we can get it. That's obviously a little more than 90 degrees. In the wrist, this is your standard Marvel Legend wrist peg there. So you're going to be able to hinge up, back, spin it around, no problems. In the waist area and the abdominal area here, we do have a swivel, which will swivel as much as you want it to. Lots of ab crunch so we can get those cool Spidey swinging poses. And when you do that, it does allow for a gap in the back, and then we can get back to about right there. But again, now you're going to open up the gap in the front. So, you got to pick where you want it to be. As well, there is a gap at the lower abdomen area there. So if you want to even make that crunch even more dramatic, you can do that. It's going to go backward for you as well. So if you got him jumping off of a skyscraper, he's ready. He's ready for it. In the legs, we can get out to about right there. Lots of kick action. We do have the cut in the upper thigh. As I said too, you have those drop down hips, going to allow for more range of motion. Double jointed knees. And then your ankles here, you can see forward, back, all kinds of side to side tilt here if you want the dislocated ankle look. And then lastly, you do have a cut there in the upper calf area. As I said earlier, that articulation, that body mold is going to mimic the retro carded Spider-Man. If you already have that, you're very familiar with it. So again, guys, this was just a quick review / overview of the Black Suit Symbiote Spider-Man from the Marvel Legends retro carded collection. Hit that like button for me down below if you enjoyed this review video. Hit that subscribe button if you've not subscribed to the channel. We are well on our way to 8,000 subs. As always, drop those comments down below. Let me know if this is a figure you've picked up, or are you still looking for it? I know they've been a little tough to find on the shelves at Target, but if you keep hunting, I have a good feeling you will find them in time. Otherwise, just get out there and pre-order them and have them delivered to your doorstep. That's always a good fail-safe to have. That's it for today, folks. I hope everybody has a good rest of your day. Until next time.